A teenage girl named Casey Jacobs turns on music on her laptop and discovers that her Spotify settings have been changed. Still, she doesn't pay much attention to it, and calls her best friend Megan on Skype, who is getting ready for a date. Suddenly Megan receives a notification that Casey's ex-boyfriend has posted a new tweet. Casey has unfollowed him, so she asks her friend to read it aloud. The tweet contains an insult directed at Casey, which comes as a very unpleasant surprise. How could he do that right after their breakup? The girls add Alex, their classmate, to the group call. Everyone knows he can hack anyone. But Alex refuses to hack Nathan because he doesn't want trouble. Nathan would surely figure out who did it, and beat him up. Disappointed, the girls remove Alex from the call. So they won't be able to get revenge on Nathan. Megan's boyfriend Jack has already arrived to pick her up, so she has to leave. Casey is left alone with her hurt feelings. She is a typical depressed teenager who believes the whole world is against her. The girl's parents are divorced. Suddenly Casey receives a message from Alex asking if she has changed her mind about getting revenge on Nathan. The guy says he didn't agree right away because he wasn't sure whether Megan would keep her mouth shut. Of course Casey would gladly take revenge on her treacherous ex. Alex sends the girl a link to Nathan's hacked account. At first Casey is thrilled and immediately posts a tweet on Nathan's page about his bedroom issues. The tweet quickly gathers dozens of views from their classmates and friends, who flood it with comments. Casey feels satisfied, thinking the revenge is complete. But her excitement turns into anxiety when she notices that Alex in his messages is not communicating in his usual manner. The girl suggests they talk on Skype, and when he replies that he feels shy, it becomes obvious that Alex has been hacked. Frightened, Casey calls Megan but reaches voicemail. The girl continues messaging the hacker, trying to make him reveal his identity. The unknown user writes that he is a fan of her tweets, her videos, and especially her anonymous posts. Casey clicks on another link from the hacker and sees her own videos on the screen, the ones where she mocks other girls reviewing their purchases. Megan calls back, but Casey ignores it. Her anxiety shifts to curiosity because she enjoys the attention. They continue exchanging messages. Casey even feels pleasantly excited, but not for long, because the unknown user hacks her Instagram, as well as Megan's. Casey calls her friend again and once more reaches voicemail. The situation becomes more and more frightening. The hacker asks in a message why she hasn't posted any new photos in a month. He also claims that he helps victims of cyberbullying. Casey rushes to end the conversation. Suddenly a horrifying image pops up on her laptop screen. The hacker orders Casey to sit down and put her phone away, just as she is about to call Megan. Apparently he is watching her through the webcam. The girl can barely contain her panic. She is about to shut down the laptop, but before that the hacker sends Casey one of her own explicit photos. Casey's father is about to take her younger brother to football practice, so she stays home alone. A voice comes from the laptop speakers, not a real one but a robotic voice like Stephen Hawking's. He has access to her entire computer and all the files on it. Casey realizes this is not Nathan's doing. He simply wouldn't have thought of something like this. The hacker asks why she took those photos. The girl makes excuses, saying that Nathan practically begged her. The hacker posts a tweet with a video of Casey mocking her classmate Tamara, saying that she's into girls. Casey cannot stop it in any way. No one except Megan was supposed to see that video. The hacker says this is only the beginning. If she turns off the computer or leaves the room, her special selfies will be made public. Casey asks what he wants. In response, the hacker shows her how many views and comments the latest tweet has already gathered. All her classmates including Tamara have already seen it. The hacker claims that Casey is to blame. He threatens that if she tries to lie to him, things will only get worse. At that moment Casey calls Megan, hoping it will go unnoticed, but it doesn't. The hacker continues to taunt her, saying she will never know his identity. Casey in turn tries to wound his pride, saying he must be a middle-aged loser if he spends his time on things like this. Suddenly the voice from the speakers becomes female, hinting at how elusive the hacker's identity is. It's unfair, because Casey knows absolutely nothing about the person she is speaking to. Megan calls back. The hacker orders Casey to pick up the phone. She realizes that the unknown person has hacked not only her computer, he has access to all her devices. Casey screams, asking why he is doing this. The hacker again in a male voice reminds her that he helps victims of cyberbullying. Only Casey is not a victim, she is an internet bully. She not only mocked pretty girls online, but also publicly humiliated Nathan. Now school will turn into torture for him. It dawns on Casey that the author of that insulting tweet about her was not Nathan, he was hacked too. The same hacker is behind all of this. He mockingly says that she should have asked Nathan first. Casey wants to know what she has to do for the hacker to leave her alone. He demands that she think about the consequences of humiliating other people on social media. But Casey doesn't see anything wrong with it, all teenagers do that. The hacker shows Casey a video of her former classmate Jennifer Lee, who used to sing and run a blog. It was Casey's comment from a fake account that triggered a wave of hate toward Jennifer, which later escalated into stalking and other troubles. Casey thinks that Jennifer hacked her to get revenge. The girl apologizes, saying she was simply jealous of Jennifer's confidence and courage, because she did not try to stay anonymous online, unlike Casey, who has many different accounts. The hacker states that he is not Jennifer. Moreover, after Casey was the first to troll Jennifer's video, everything became worse than anyone could have imagined. Haters even sent messages to Jennifer's relatives to humiliate her even more. Casey justifies herself by saying that if she hadn't started it, someone else would have. If something ends up on the internet, it is inevitable, and everyone knows that. That's why before posting anything online, you have to be ready for it. The hacker displays Jennifer's last touching video on the screen, where she talks about how her parents divorced, how her mother died of cancer when the girl was 11. Other kids at school made jokes about it, so Jennifer felt more comfortable online. She loved to sing and wanted to share it with others, but when her classmates saw the videos, they mocked her even more. Casey didn't know any of this, and she truly feels sorry. The hacker says that the bullying of Jennifer ended 2 weeks ago. The girl could not endure the hate directed at her and passed away voluntarily. The girl refuses to believe it, but after reading articles on the internet, she becomes convinced that the hacker is not lying. The hacker asks Casey how her friends will react when they find out that she was the first to troll Jennifer from an anonymous account, and is in fact responsible for her death. It occurs to Casey that the hacker might be Jennifer's revenge-seeking father or someone else from her family. She sincerely regrets what she did. The girl truly did not mean anything bad, she was only doing what all teenagers do. The hacker denies being connected to Jennifer in any way. They were not even acquainted. Casey's father returns home. The hacker threatens that if the girl lets her father enter the room, her photos will be posted online. The girl cannot allow that, and already on the verge of hysteria, shouts at her father not to come in. Then Casey declares that she fully takes responsibility for Jennifer Lee's death. However, the hacker does not believe in her sincerity. He wants actions from her, not words. The girl truly does not understand what else she is supposed to do. The hacker explains that she must share Jennifer's fate, otherwise everyone will see the video with her confession about her classmate's death. Will Casey be able to live with that? Either way, she is finished. The girl makes it clear that she does not intend to do it. Then the hacker threatens to leak Megan's photos from Casey's account as well. The girls often shared private pictures with each other. When the hacker begins to carry out his threats, Casey, driven to despair, is ready to follow his instructions. But she stops after noticing an unusual mistake in the hacker's last message, a reference to one of his many online nicknames. The girl realizes that he is one of Jennifer Lee's most aggressive trolls. That means Casey was not the first. And the hacker's real goal is to stalk people online. Pushed to the limit, they see no other way out except to take their own lives. Since Casey has figured out the hacker's nickname, she threatens to report him to the police. He in turn threatens to leak her photos and Megan's online, where they will remain forever. There is a knock on Casey's door, and her father says that Megan called him and asked him to let her friend know that she knows Casey has been hacked. Hearing this is a huge relief for the girl. She no longer intends to fall for the hacker's manipulation and tells him that he can publish her photos anywhere right now. She no longer cares. In this way, the hacker loses all control over her. In desperate attempts to make the girl stay in the room, the hacker offers to reveal his identity. Casey replies that it is completely unimportant, because he will be nobody if she stops talking to him. The girl closes the laptop and leaves the room, calling for her father. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss more exciting new products. Also, the authors will be pleased if you leave your opinion in the comments.